to bring a change that he desired. He knew the journey would be on a rough terrain, with countless hardships and humiliations, posing a challenge to his ideals. Yet, he chose to walk. It's an honor to invite a common man who embarked on a journey that demands a brave heart. Welcome, Shri Pawan Kalyan.
Before I invite him to address the gathering today, I request Shri Rahul Karat to kindly felicitate and welcome Konidala Pawan Kalyan ji. Please do not hoot and whistle, my friends. It is my sincere request once again. A big round of applause for Konidala Pawan Kalyan ji as I request him to kindly address the gathering. Please, it's my sincere request. I'm going to request Konidala Pawan Kalyan ji to request him not to scream and shout. Please, thank you.
As I'm used to 2-hour speeches minimum, I request Master of Ceremony to remind me once my time is finishes. For me, as you all came from different parts of India, and who I am, and ambitious, want to serve the nation, I would like to share my experiences as the way how I established the party, and I think my experiences might give you a different kind of insight. So that might help you for your future and to contemplate, and if any mistakes I have done or anything which I have done good, maybe that would be something which you can understand about your own journey by looking at my by understanding my own experiences. For me, when I had established Janasena Party, it was for me, it's a national service, not for personal recognition, not for power, but for change. A change which is needed in our society, in our country, which we always wanted. Instead of sitting idle and having millions, having crores, having great popularity, I had really contemplated, would I end up like most of the people, or will I contribute at least a part of my life to the nation, to build for nation service. So it certainly didn't happen after becoming an actor. Though I came from small beginnings, I came from a lower middle class family. My pain was always about the society which I used to watch around. The pain, the kind of sufferings people used to go through. Nothing happened to me at a personal level. I never had a shortage of food, reasonably good schooling. But my pain was towards society. When I started gaining knowledge about the society around me, I started reading, maybe looking at all our freedom fighters, reading their biographies. Somewhere I felt an immense urge and intense urge, like to do something for the nation, to do something for some kind of contribution for the nation. This started at the age of 14. So like you, when I started getting into my teens, I was looking forward some kind of ideology which I would like to embrace. As Digvijayji said, look before you leap. So what kind of ideology would you lean into? What exactly should I embrace? So I was understanding Marxism, I was understanding socialism, I was trying to understand capitalism. Especially when you were a kid growing up in the 80s, when you were a teenager in the 80s, there was quite a turbulent political atmosphere within India and around the world. Right from Punjab terrorism, Khalistan terrorism to LTT, and across the globe, there is still unified, Germany was divided, and apartheid was there in South Africa. So all these different political climates around, at a global level, the national level, really it drove me crazy. At one part, you look at the freedom fighters who had selflessly sacrificed their lives. And another way, always I was looking forward the nation would be greater as every day passes by. Every day I thought this is going to be another beautiful year next year, but I was quite disappointed as a kid at the way they were looked at the corruption, the way I looked at the nepotism. It was quite disappointing for me. Always my desire was a commoner to be something, a commoner to stand for the oppressed. But the society around us, it is only the dynastic rule, and everything really bothered me. So finally I became an actor, but that social consciousness never left out of me. I was quite keen. I was watching around, observing things around, reading a lot, absorbing a lot. But finally, when our state has been, Andhra Pradesh had been divided the way it got divided, and everything, I was looking at it, how the political leadership and everything, how conveniently it has become. The power politics really disturbed me. So instead of being an armchair thinker, I was thinking loud within myself, or contemplated for quite a time. I said, would I sit like everyone else, or would I come forward and do something? I thought, without any expectations, without seeking power, but I want to stand for the voice of the oppressed. I want to be the voice for the neglected. I want to be the voice who are really meek and helpless. That's how I formed Janasena Party. And there were a lot of people, youngsters. Today, I said, all of you come from different parts of a country, and you're looking forward to become some kind of leaders and leadership, and you want to have an active role in politics. In 2007, when I had started Common Man Protection Force, which is supposed to stand for the oppressed and meek and helpless, I had met a lot of young people, both boys and girls. But what I had noticed in them was, at least most of them, they need change within shortest time possible, like an instant noodle. And 2007, I looked at the youth there, then, the way they wanted everything immediate, they don't have the patience. Then that's what I thought, okay, let me walk the talk. So then from there onwards, I went on continuing. In 2014, I started the party. And I had lost my first election in 2019. Even I myself lost in both the places which I had contested. But that didn't stop me continuing my political journey. Because when I had started, so what must have made me to be here? What must have made me to continue it is not for personal recognition. There is no ego in defeat. If you really love this nation, if you really care for our motherland, if you really care for the meek and helpless, nothing deters you. A defeat of any kind of defeat, nothing, it does not deter you. And